Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
May peace and God's blessing be upon you.
Your Holiness, Eminence, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure to be participating in your meeting again. Today I am wearing two hats. One as a representative of the United Nations Secretary General, Mr. Antonio Guterres, who could not be participating in person due to prior commitments. He asked me to convey to you his support to your meeting and his best wishes for a successful discussions. My second hat is my capacity as High Representative for the United Nations Alliance of Civilizations. I recall the first time I met with Mr. Faisal bin Muammar back in February 2013 here in the beautiful city of Vienna. During our meeting, the UNAOC Fifth Global Forum, which was hosted by the Austrian government. Faisal explained to me the mission and objectives of newly created KAICIID, and we agreed to collaborate since we have common goals: fostering interreligious dialogue and promoting tolerance and respect. Then I had the honor to participate in your first high-level meeting in 2014 and speak about the image of the other in the context of international and intercultural education. Today, I would like to congratulate the Secretary General of KAICIID and his able team for the progress you have made and the milestones you have achieved in the short span since the inception of KAICIID. The Center has indeed established an impressive track record with events and consultations with religious leaders and thought leaders in Southeast Asia, Africa, and South America. The theme of this high-level meeting is certainly a timely one. Placing the emphasis on interreligious dialogue as a pathway to peace is a reminder to all of us of the vital and indispensable role religious leaders play in shaping our world. Faith is and will always be central to hope and resilience. Yet, around the world, we see how religion is being hijacked by radical groups and twisted by intolerant ideologies to justify incitement to violence, discrimination, xenophobia, and acts of terrorism. These ideologies seek to divide humanity based on false versions and interpretation of religious, cultural, and social values. No one can deny the short and long-term damaging results of these factors on international peace and security, as well as development. Together, we must counter such narratives. Allow me to recall the United Nations General Assembly Resolution 59/23 of 11th of November 2004, which affirmed that mutual understanding and interreligious dialogue among civilizations constitute important dimensions of the dialogue among civilizations and of the culture of peace. Ladies and gentlemen, to achieve sustainable peace, one that truly lasts and endures, it must be based not only on nurturing a culture of tolerance, dialogue, solidarity, and mutual understanding, but also on a culture of prevention. Sustainable peace requires not only political will from all sides, but also the collective efforts of the international community, civil society, and fundamentally religious leaders. We need to expand the Peace for Dialogue to encompass local and regional leaders and other actors who have a voice and influence within their respective communities. As such, all of the world's major religions bear shared commitment to building peace and emphasizing the oneness of humanity, to standing on the side of the marginalized and working to resolve conflicts. In this context, the United Nations Alliance of Civilization is one of the United Nations' main leading entities promoting interfaith and intercultural dialogue. We recognize that peace cannot be attained through the endeavors of politicians alone. For this reason, we value the partnership and engagement of various players such as the civil society, including youth-led grassroots, the private sector, the academia, and most of all, the religious leaders and faith-based organizations. We have reached out and worked closely with religious leaders since 2013. For the last 5 years, more than 30 events involving religious leaders we organized or co-sponsored by the United Nations Alliance of Civilization, creating a global platform for dialogue among those essential actors. Before concluding, allow me to reiterate that words like dialogue and reconciliation and tolerance mean little if not supported by a concrete, broad range of action under an international umbrella of sincere cooperation from state and non-state actors. After all, peace, justice, human dignity, and tolerance that we all aspire for are what bind us together, as we are all part of one humanity, despite our many diverse cultures. I thank you, and I look forward to listening to your discussion.
ITV, Call of Peace.